Today we're going to be talking about the standard form of a linear equation. Now a lot of times we're going to be using standard form when we are given two different slopes or two different rates of change. We've talked about y equals mx plus b when we had the slope-intercept form. We talked about the point-slope form when we're given a point and a slope. There's going to be instances when we're given multiple slopes or multiple rates of change and then a total. So you have to remember, what are some of the key words that will indicate rates of change or a slope? The words per, for every, each, or something in a unit measure makes it a rate of change. This is where our slope would go. So instead of just one number multiplying a variable, we're going to have two of those. A number multiplying a variable and another number multiplying a variable and a total. This is a standard form. It's going to be ax plus by equals c. Now, the easiest one to remember is the c value is our total. We're going to actually have a number in here. We're going to have numbers also for a and b. A and b will represent our different rates of change. Okay? So again, we're always going to have an x and y in our equation, just like y equals our slope x plus our y-intercept, or y minus our y value equals our slope, parentheses x minus our other value. X and y is in there. Same thing goes here. So how does this look, or how would this look in a word problem? So attached in your notes, there's a word problem you can look through, but I'll read it for you here. A media download and store songs, or a media download store sells songs for $1 each and movies for $12 each. There's our magic word, the each. $1 each, $12 each. So you have $1 and $12 each. That's going to signify a rate of change. It's happening multiple times. Then it says you have $60 to spend. $60 is our total. Now if you notice, everything is in dollars. That's going to make a lot more sense when we start talking about systems of equations. But keep that in mind, they're all in dollars. So now we want to write it in this form. Now again, the songs and the movies. Now again, instead of x and y, I'm going to use s and m. S for songs, M for movies. So it's going to be 1 times S plus 12 times M equals 60. There's our equation. Now it says we decide to buy 4 movies. How many songs can we buy now? Well, guess what the 4 goes in for? If we're buying 4 movies, we're going to spend $12 for 4 movies. We need to multiply this together. 12 times 4. Everything else stays the same. I'm just substituting the 4 for my m. Let's multiply 12 times 4, which is 48. Now we want to get s by itself, so we're going to add opposites. And this means we can buy 12 songs if we purchased 4 movies. And we'll have no money left over. Number 2. It reads, in a video game, you earn 5 points for each jewel we find. There's the word each. So 5 points for each jewel. You earn 2 points for each star. There's the word each again. So it's 5 points for a jewel, 2 points for a star. Now it says write an equation that represents the number of jewels and stars you must find in order to earn 250 points. There's our total. Total is 250 points. plug these numbers in here. So we know our total is 250. So again, I'm going to use J for joules, so 5J, and I'm going to use S for stars, plus 2S equals 250. Here's our equation. Two rates of change, 5J plus 2S equals 250. Now it says we find 100 stars. How many joules do we find? That's our unknown. Well, we're going to plug the 100 in for our S. Then multiply that out. And that's 200. Now we have to solve for J. Just like we did before, add our opposites. And we end up with 5J equals 50. The 5 is multiplying J, so we need to divide by 5 to both sides. And we end up buying or earning 10 joules would be our answer. We can plug different numbers in here to find out exactly how many of each we need. So when we're looking at equations, whatever kind of equation is, look for these words, per, every, each. That means the rate of change. If you see anything that's going to add up to a total, it's going to be in standard form. If we want to compare it with other things, sometimes we have 2 points, sometimes we have two rates of change, sometimes we have a starting point, which would be a y-intercept. Different things will match with different equations. Hopefully this helps, and this should wrap up all of our equations that are linear in Algebra 1. See you next time.